All right.
All right.
And we live.
Live.
Yes. Welcome to the Impact Podcast.
Hey. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Definitely. And we are definitely trying to figure out what makes an impact in your life. And I am so honored to have some wonderful co-hosts today. And I'm definitely going to have a nice conversation, hopefully, depending on the stomachs and the EGs. Sorry. Did nobody know? Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll take a moment and we'll do some introductions. Of course, you know, it's girl April here with the mouth of the South. And then I guess I'll go to my right.
Oh, what's poppin'? This swag with two J's, T&W Media Creations. What's good, guys? Yes.
Hello? Yeah, I'm about to type in.
Wait. Never mind. Yeah.
Hello. All right.
There we go. Can y'all hear ourselves okay?
Yes.
Wait, I took out somebody. Y'all should be able to hear it. Okay, there we go. Did you?
I was just rocking with
You
it.
had some music going in there?
That's
your intro?
You know what I mean? I feel it. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Philly.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay. And
Shout
then
out to Kansas City.
okay, I think it's going to be Detroit, but we will continue to introduce.
Speaking of February 11th, please come out to our photo shoot.
Can we get through the intro first?
Right, my
But
bad.
first time we got men in the building, and this is how we act. Okay. So it is wonderful. Like we definitely have Keisha over. Hey Keisha, she's joining us online and on site.
That part.
Definitely. And now we have our wonderful male co-host for the evening. We have Mr.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Kareem J. Jackson. I go by TKJJ. I'm an actor. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a student. I am a motivational speaker. I'm an activist. But we can go on. But I'm so grateful to be here today on the Impact Podcast. Episode 2, I believe, right? Episode 2.
You get the official. We did some other stuff, but we counting this one.
We got the great.
Man, I can't. It's hard to come behind that. But I'm DJ. Car Justice. I go by DJ. Basically, I'm a trio.
And he's an artist.
And I'm an artist. Yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah, don't
forget about that sometimes. Yeah. We in the house. I'm happy to be.
I'm appreciative of everybody being here. Definitely.
You got on the shirt, positive energy on there.
I had to switch it up. Like I feel like that's gonna just be a part of the aesthetic. This is my mission. What I'm feeling for the day is on my shirt. So yesterday I wasn't for everyone. Today is positive.
Oh, were you ready to run with yesterday?
Yeah, I mean it's just sometimes you just gotta be like, I'm not for you. And it's okay. It's all right. You know, it doesn't mean you do any harm. It's just I'm not, unique. An acquired taste is what I am. Not for the faint of heart. No. You don't need to hear that. I'm just simple old April. That's it. A person that is in the community, walking and living and seeing a lot of shit that I don't like. And I try to yell for the Lord. It's a good bit. And I just like to inspire and encourage thought to change so we can do better. That's all I do. If I piss people off, oh well.
That means you're doing something.
There you go.
You're doing something.
Definitely. And I am appreciative of having male energy in the building. Because we've been having conversations that include males, but not included males, right? I know we were having just random conversations. I am not a dogger. I'm not a dogger, right? We talk real,
right?
Yeah. Right? we're open to discussion, and we base it off of your perspective that you have experienced, and you open up a conversation. And unfortunately, men is special. But so is some of these bitches. So it's like, at what point? Well, the conversation, I think it was like masculine feelings, right, and feminine masculine feelings. How we had more safe spaces to be feminine and masculine, and you guys don't have space to be even masculine safely and express your feelings without any type of persecution and things. And that's basically where it was. Like, we started. It wasn't dogging. It's like, well, we really can't act. What a minute. It's like,
That's true.
that was something.
Funny too that we can get into it. I don't know what we talking about today, but that's good.
We talked about it.
Oh, we talking about that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We can go ahead and knock it out. That was the last thing on what we had going on. And again, this one I'm gonna keep it. We're just gonna record it. And
Okay.
we'll go from there and have a conversation and see what comes up. Yeah. Especially since we're not feeling it, we go from there. But yeah.
You look better.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. Yeah, it was.
We're talking about my feelings. You wanna stay?
About me now? Okay. I'm good. Nah.
That be the energy though. But again, safe space. Look how you just healed that quick.
That's a positive energy.
Positive.
It was real simple, man. It was real simple. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I see.
No, that's you telling the
Like
truth.
you care about my feelings.
We are. We might be too simple.
Yeah.
It might be too
Just
simple.
care a little bit, but don't care too much. 'Cause you really want to be.
That might be the problem.
Okay.
We too simple, and y'all,
It could be.
because God got a sense of humor. So it ain't supposed to always be a mess. But you sound like you had something you was gonna say first.
Yeah, you want to talk about the masculine feelings.
Yeah, about
Let's
the
talk
same
about
place.
it.
Yeah.
Now, I was gonna say, the funny thing is that me and Jay work together. So before you came, of course, I'll probably think about it later. But so long as I'm sure, I am a tutor coordinator for Upward Bound, so I help out students with grant scholarships and help them get into college, as well as balance their emotional well-being as well as their academic well-being in high school, so that they can get to a higher education, a higher level.
Okay.
Long story short, in the summertime, we do a college experience. So basically, our students get to stay on campus for 2 weeks, right? So I was a part of the program, and we would always have stuff, because when you put males and females together, stuff just happens, especially when they there for that long.
Oh, stuff just happened.
They get into it like they see each other every day. It's not like high school where you like, you know what I'm saying, you get to go home after this. Like they gotta sleep in
You sleeping in, yeah.
Okay.
And
But you
then
still got
when
common
they-
areas.
Stuff just happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Oh no. We like that down, but they get snappy with each other, then the ladies be ready to go home. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the cycle come on in that week, so it get like that. But long story short, that the guys really felt like they had a safe space. So when I became a tutor counselor, because that's what they said when I was a student, we made what we call a guy talk.
Okay.
So every night before we went to bed, we would be like, "Hey, everybody come to the common area," because there's a little common area, and we'll all talk about whatever it was, and it would be like, "What happens in God Talk stays in God Talk."
So
when
I have a question. So and does that mean that they didn't feel comfortable expressing themselves? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but the bigger thing is that like we used to have like a common ground meeting, because at the end of the day, before it was like this. So sometimes like it'll be our adults will be ready to like kick some people out, and then I was one of those students. Like I was one of those like just step up and try to be the leader type of dude. The people just like, "Man, you annoying. Sit down, so everybody trying to be captain, save him." So that was me. I was like, no, don't kick him out just yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to hear him out. So we had that common ground, and I'm telling you, like, we'll let the ladies speak, and then after the ladies will speak, the guys they'll let the guys speak for a little bit, but he said one thing wrong. I don't want to do that.
Shut it down.
About to be so. Do guys feel like we're more intimidating as women, like where they can't voice their opinion?
Yes.
If they say something wrong, like guys don't want to say nothing wrong, because it's more so it's not like they're scared. But even right now, like with me being a substitute teacher, is not a safe space for dudes to mess up. You know what I'm saying? Especially you doing Title One, young black men, it's not a safe space for them to mess up because you guys been into public school system, seeing what it is for a young black male, even for a young black woman in the public school system. If somebody else of another nationality make that same mistake, it's not the same reaction. You know what I'm saying? They get suspended way easier. They get labeled as aggressive. They get labeled as a nuisance. They get labeled as deemed unfit to be around regular society. So that's why it's like unspace for those ones that are like, okay, I want to do something better for my life. I don't come from the greatest background. I have no room to mess up. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like, especially with me, I teach our young black men that by no means are you able to call a young lady or even your fellow guys out their name. Like, don't be saying the N-word to them. That's your brother. That's your sister. You know what I'm saying? Because we speak words of encouragement to each other. That's when we become better as a society. So that was what I meant when like the girls jump down their throat. But I would be the liaison in terms of like, okay, let them speak because what you're interpreting from him is not what he means. Because a lot of times, we speak the same language. We're not speaking the same language.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I became a tutor counselor, I would tell the guys, I was like, no matter what happens, y'all going to remain respectful to these young ladies. Y'all going to hold the door. Even if she rude to you, you're going to keep on doing that. But I said, I'm going to create a safe space for y'all to voice y'all opinion, because that's all they really wanted. Yeah. And that one thing, in terms of letting them voice their opinion, could be the reason why they didn't go off and end up getting kicked out. Because also in the program, the only one that got kicked out was the guys. You know what I'm saying? The girls would be chippy. The girls would have something every day, but it wouldn't be aggressive. When the guys finally did something, they would go too far. So then that means that they would have to get kicked out. The ladies would be able to come back because talking isn't deemed to be something that is unredeemable. You know what I'm saying? Irredeemable.
But I think my other question to you is, do you feel like a lot of the young black males don't come out and say what they need as far as education because they feel like they're not being listened to? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I see it all the time. It bothers me. And it even bothers me with the younger males that's coming up nowadays. They need help, but they're afraid to ask because you're either going to get talked about or there hasn't been a space created to say, listen, I'm struggling in math, and this is the reason why I'm failing. Because they feel as though if I come out and say that I'm weak, or, I'm never going to get where I'm going. And I think that I'm grateful to you for creating this space for young black men, because at this point of time in life, our young black men need that. They need that safe space to be able to say, listen, I'm struggling. And no matter what anybody feels about me, I need help.
And it's by a face that they're familiar with. That's another thing. It's different from someone from outside to say, oh, okay, I see a problem, help you. Okay, but have you lived this problem? Have you breathed this problem? Do you have to go home to this problem? So it does make a difference to see someone that looks just like my dad, that looks like my brother, that looks like my uncle. Oh, okay. And not only that, you're saying that these kids are not dumb. They pick up regardless if we speak or not. So they already know your energy enough to when you come in. A lot of people don't get it. Like these teachers are certain things they don't understand why these kids are not receptive to, because they already feel what you. It's a paycheck to you. Stop wasting my time.
Right.
You can tell that when and even the teachers know. You know you got these kids. When they clean you, when they got every goddamn question in the world, when they don't that's that. I miss that teacher. These are the teachers we had back in the days. I'm sorry, you're 44 years old. Yes, we have real teachers that would sit there and talk to you, made you feel great about being in this class. We are dealing with a generation, unfortunately, that this is just a paycheck for them. Their tolerance ain't even equipped for the, for this agenda. You're here. I got a degree. I did this. I like kids, but I don't love kids. You know what I mean? Like, so.
This is the truth. You speak all
But wait, let's switch it on this dynamic because I
Who's
know.
in the school system? You speak all facts.
So it's easy to speak about the youth, right? Because we know we got to cultivate the youth, right?
True.
But who's cultivating the youth? We're lucky to have Tyler.
True.
We're lucky to have DJ. But then we got a lot of others that are not that type of youth.
I feel like it's not their problem.
So it's like for me, given that we all adults, like we know we all need to pour into the youth is the future. But we also have this thing of creating that same space for adult males
True.
now.
True.
Because it's like at some point, where are we gonna change the dynamic for that type of space? Like we were saying, like it's easy for a female to be masculine and feminine. It can be we can do that and have a space in a place. But then when it comes to the males, it's like, if it's creative, right? Because I do, and I have talked to people that have tried to create like a male space, but it doesn't go far, right? Because all the males, y'all are territorial, right? So it's not really like you can bring them in. Y'all gotta know each other already, right? To be comfortable in the space. So it's like, well, how the heck can we even cultivate anything? Like even with the photo shoot. Okay, yeah, we had fun. And we had a male in the building that was a husband and he was there. But then I asked him, I was like, well, what, you're the only male. And, he be chilling. But then it's like, he wants to engage with other males. But then I also know that he has different challenges that might not make him as approachable. Or like us girls, we can go and chit chat and we can meet and hang out. Next thing we know, we here and here, we best friends for life. Males, y'all don't do that.
It's a little different.
So it's a challenge. Like even creating a space for you. We can create a space for the kids because the kids just want their voice to be heard and matter.
Right.
But then we got child males. And then it's a stigma that's going around about 40-year-old males. But it is a stigma that's going around. And I experienced this too with males of a certain age. It's like the thought pattern is different.
What's the stigma? Because I don't know.
Not you. I just looked at you because you fell in line with me. But
Oh, dang.
I don't think I can.
you over 40, even over 40 and bald and black.
Okay, but hold up. You said men that's going bald, they have
Balding over 40
Okay.
within that.
So what's
It's
that?
this thing
I
like
that started in the 30s. I know some guys like that.
Shoot 20s.
if it's that sounds like bad timing.
I mean,
They going
yeah.
through that. But again, this is the stigma. This is the stigma that be going around. We gotta want this, but it hasn't been fully yet. But these males, for some reason, especially when they're in a position of power, mostly, right? They have this combative nature, or they have this very egotistical thing about them. Like even if me being a female, right, being a person that could really bring insight, try to lead a tip, insight, I would be looked at as a challenge, and we would have more of a pissing match than actual conversation to build together to actually push forward. So it's like, even if I'm saying masculine males over 40, because yes, you've been through a hard time and you really went and you really had to fight, you know what I'm saying, being a black male in that age group of it. I understand it, but at what point can you have a space that these males can feel like they can let their hair down, right? And also not feel challenged when new blood comes in, whether it's male, female, or whatever, right? And so the challenge, it's been said that within that population, that they are the biggest gatekeepers in a lot of work. And
So I kind of can
unfortunately,
understand that. I kind of can see that.
yeah, and it hasn't been debunked for me because, I'm lucky to run across males that are understandable and insightful, but I run across way more males that have more of that. And it's
I would say this because I understand where you're going with it. To me, it kind of reminds me. It's like in that workspace where maybe about before pre-COVID, you had those good jobs where you had those old people, those old white people who was in it for like 15, 20, 30 years. They never given them up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got black men in the position who finally got there, finally got somewhere. And now it's like, well, now I feel threatened. Mm-hmm. Now I see you as somebody, because it's only going to be one or two of us anyway.
Yeah,
it's not, you know what I'm saying? Not like we're going to have a whole office of it. So now that I see you in here, oh man. And like you said, they might have felt like, okay, well, I done worked this hard, I done did this, I done put in the time. Maybe you did. Maybe because of the new education stuff. However, you got here and they don't feel like you done did the work, you put the time, the effort, whatever that is.
No, that's normally.
But you know what I'm saying?
That's normally it. That's normally what that challenge is. But even with that, and we can say that that's it. But even in my perspective, let me say, in my position, I would say that can be all true, and that I would still experience something coming humbly or however, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where would the dialogue need to start to try to help it understand that at the end of the day, it ain't supposed to be me against you. It's supposed to be us against them.
Because I want you to say something, but I'll be real with you. And this is just me. This is my experience with dealing with people who might understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, that's not in it. Mm-hmm. If it's not in you, because I had to, for you to even get to this point, you had to do some dog shit. Yeah. And you might have stayed on it. Mm. You didn't never get out of that. So your heart, the way you care, like honestly, and this is just me again. If I work hard to get to that position, any position, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna turn around and look at the people who was with me, like you or whoever, blah blah blah. You coming with me, but if you don't have that in you, to even say, okay, we have an event, we want our positive black male energy, blah blah blah. However, they probably won't even. That's not even something they even receptive to.
And that's that's where the challenge comes in. That's
like those type of guys.
Yeah, and that's where I think,
unless it's beneficial.
And all of what you're saying makes perfect sense into where we trying to have that conversation, or have it easier for we as females to be masculine and feminine, right? Because we allow for certain understandings around competition, even though women be competitive.
I gotta ask you something. Can you break that really down? Because all right, so as far as the female masculine part, like what is that really like? Do you mean like in the workplace, or do you mean like just period, like just out in public?
I'm gonna keep it with energy. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it with energy, and I'm keeping it in my perspective. For me, feminine, masculine energy, I believe I am that. In a moment's notice, right? I'm gonna stand up and take care of my property, family, life, whatever. If I don't have a male around, I'm not gonna cower. Right? If I don't have a male here taking care of me, it does not mean that my situation stops, right? So it's like, that means I got to go out here and I got to work. I got to do this and take care of, because masculine energy is absent. So that means because it's absent in my mind, fill the void. And therefore you mimic and you do things that a male is supposed to do. So you have both of those energies. Because at any given time, when I don't have to be masculine, I'm straight feminine.
So you can cut it off.
I can't. I know I can't. Right? But however, if I've noticed for me, when I have an actual masculine male, there's no need for you to feel challenged, because I automatically allow you to be in your energy as far as a male. I'm gonna stay in mine. Now, if you make me feel like, because like you want to be combative with me, or you want to argue, or you want to challenge me, then yes, you'll get masculine energy, because now I feel like I have to defend myself. Because at the end of the day, you being a male, in your mind, you already say you're stronger than me. It doesn't matter what I got. In your mind, you say you're stronger than me. I got to defend myself.
Okay, and hold on. I definitely want to chime in on this, because due to who I am, this is because I want brothers to understand something from my perspective as well. I cannot speak for people that's in the family, the Rainbow family. People know the alphabetical family. I don't consider, but how I come across as I'm very dominant. So it's crazy when I, in my mind of things, allow a man to be a man. And then it's crazy because I get this look, I get this energy of, well, hold up. I never came to you and said, I want you to not have this masculine energy, because I present it more forward than a lot of females. I don't like taking out trash. I don't like, hold on. No, and I'm going to be honest, coming from a Muslim background, men plays a very important part in your life. Gay, lesbian, whatever. I'm not ignorant to that. That's why it's crazy, because of how you raise your background. It does play, because a lot of men don't know how to take me because of that. You just came here, but I allowed you to still be the king that you is. How dare I? That had nothing to do with it. And that's another thing. You just put a whole nother situation and another situation. This is automatic. As you rise in the room, when you come in, these are kids. We have to present. I have to still give you that, regardless of what I possess.
So you feel like you have that energy.
I know damn well I have masculine energy, but I still acknowledge who I'm in the presence of. Everybody don't do that.
Let me ask y'all this. All right, so
wait, I want to make sure that I say something about this. A man does not define how I move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm my own woman. I'm gonna move how I'm gonna move and how I need to move because of what I need to do. Because in my mind, you could walk out any day and I need to stand up and perform. I'm always going to do what I need to do.
But you cannot always put all men in the same category.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying, because we are, just because my dad wasn't there, my pops is Dominican Republic, black, like, it was so many issues but that does not affect how I present myself to you. And I think a lot of people subconsciously does that. And that's not fair to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, well, damn, I ain't your daddy. I ain't your uncle that did that shit, bro.
Wait a minute, I can say this on the flip side. Because in that same thing that you say, like, yes, they have that issue, and yes, that I'm not. What happens when they experience a female that is totally opposite of what I just presented? And because you experienced the female that was this whole typical aesthetic that has become the norm, and then you experience a regular person, I'm just going to say that, why is it that received or picked up first off instead of automatically going to abuse it? Right? That's how, again, if I step to you feminine,
right,
and because some other feminine that appeared feminine, but was not, right? She was true masculine because you weren't charged, and then you meet someone that understands that. Why would it be abused? Take advantage. Not, and I understand it's a different pocket of everybody is different, but unfortunately, you got more that would abuse and take advantage than be able to acknowledge you finally met a genuine person, right? Why is it in Black people when we meet genuine people, it isn't, let me maintain and wonder, figure out how I can keep this, versus let me see what I can extract from you and get from you. And that's Black people, male and female.
I feel like it goes back to the saying they fear what they don't understand, because you don't understand that. You want, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? And then when you say the word ignorance, people get so. Do you know what the definition of ignorance is? Lack of not knowing.
But wait.
So
now, when we say not knowing, in where I see, because I'm out here in the streets every day, in all avenues of it, and I'm going to tell the truth. I know Black people, and I have had Black people that specifically told me that they don't care. They don't want to know. It don't matter to me. It ain't going to do nothing. But then again, you have a genuine person that's coming to you that also comes with the proven track record of success, that has certain things that can say this can happen if you do that, if you go educate yourself, right, from wherever you are. Yet again, we have more pockets of Black people that are willing to stay in where they're complacent and comfortable doing nothing, versus looking at someone that is doing something and being supportive instead of saying something negative or wanting to take them down. Because that's what we actually have. Youth, adults, government, nonprofit. So if all of us have, in Black, white, whatever, if we all have these issues within the cultures that I have talked to, everybody got these problems. Where is it that everybody wants to stand up and say no more?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where is, and then when you do say no more, being a person that says no more loudly, yet then again get killed, locked up. took down, ostracized, beat down. So it's like there's nothing that is really showing in community or society today that says continue doing good, unless it's tied to some type of dollar or finance or some bling. But then when we see in the economic status that we currently are, nobody pays attention to. When I tell people if the dollar crashes, all that shit doesn't really make anything. So it's like,
I want to ask all three of y'all a question real quick. We y'all were going somewhere, and by the time I wrote my stuff down,
you're not wrote down.
by the time I wrote my stuff down, y'all just got off to the dollar and everything.
Okay.
So hold on, I just want to ask all three of y'all something real quick. First of all, I know you got kids. Do y'all have any kids?
I absolutely have kids.
So both of y'all got kids? Okay. So my question to all of y'all would be, have y'all or would y'all date anything outside of black?
No,
Anything outside of black?
never.
Okay.
I
So you never tried. You never tried. Never tried.
Okay.
Okay.
Clear.
Yeah.
Well, let me be clear. When you say black, you're talking about the skin tone, so that could be like culturally, you know.
Are you talking about minorities or are you talking about African Americans only?
African American or just African? I ain't talking about Spanish black. Because I knew you said the men.
Right.
But I mean just like black
Because I
men, black men, black women. You know what I mean? Just anything.
somebody that look like me.
Black.
If they don't look like me,
Black.
would I date them?
Yeah. Like anything outside of that.
Okay, so let me tell you something. Right? So when it comes to dating for me, I date everybody.
Okay.
When it comes to marrying and recreating, absolutely not.
So
I'm
it's
going
only-
to stick with my own because that's where I'm comfortable. That's where I never have to worry about, hey,
But
I
as you
don't
put
know.
yourself in this situation,
Maybe, but let me explain to you why. I want to be clear about why. So
She knew her man for 88 years
Right.
ago. We just gonna say that too.
Right, I have watched our family recreate with different people, especially like the wife. And if you look at you deal with the kids, it's like they're confused. Because when they get to school, it's all of this extra stuff. Like, for instance, my grandfather had 30 kids, right? My uncles, my uncles, wait a minute, my uncles and aunts are younger than me, right? So you're looking at a person who's actually raised their uncles and aunts. You're talking about biracial children, confused. No, sir. I'm not doing it. I will date everybody, but I will not marry or recreate. But with
hold on, before you get so when you say date, you ain't talking about sex. You talking about just going.
I'm talking, hey,
Because you can have a
Well, I don't
kid,
hang out with
just dating
someone.
somebody.
hey,
You can mess around.
dating for me means
I will not have a pin
dating
maker.
means I will not recreate. That's what that means for me.
No pink peckers will date for me. It can be light skinned, not pink.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, in this time and age, I have to acknowledge my Spanish background. My pops, I will not do that. That's kind of crazy.
They kind of are. I mean, they are.
To me, I'm going to get to that. I was going to say, I say black, right. Seriously, anybody that knows, yes. So yes, but I have dated.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say why I would never do that again. I'm
What
not
was it?
racist.
What
It was
was
a
it?
white girl, and I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you, I'm not pointing around to anybody from the town. Y'all already know. Y'all gave me strife about this shit. We went to school together. So hold up, just let me give you a little background because it's an identity thing as well, right? Shorty went to school. Now we went to the roughest school in the hood. Anybody know Stand Up, Follow Falcons, West Side of Syracuse, y'all know. The thing we loved about the school was we had a melting pot. Africa, Germany, Sweden. I'm talking about the schools that nobody else wanted. Right. We had it. So we loved it because we found a lot of things. This white girl was born and raised on the west side of Syracuse, right? All she know, Puerto Ricans and black, right? So the thing that's to make her upset was people was always like, you acting black. She only her environment.
Yeah.
So going to high school, she was the first situation where her boyfriend committed suicide. So that rocked us as we never knew nothing about that. We went to school with this dude in the next minute, like, yo, suicide. One of the things in black society we don't talk about, right? So it fucked us up there. Years go by. It's crazy because the year my sister came up, it was my 27th birthday. People came up. I got a cousin the same birthday. we ended up connecting again. But when she came, she was the only white girl around blacks, Puerto Ricans. We ended up dating. Shocked, we laughed at the situation because it's like when we went to high school, but you never know a person until you live with a person. Correct?
That's true. That's
Now the behavior was totally different because I come from a black Muslim household. What? You went against a whole lot already before you even hit the white woman. We already went against a lot, right? Okay. So we in a household. She had a son. And this is the main thing. We're going to stop here, but this is the main thing that I was like, this means a lot. Her son will come in, drop his book bag, disrespect you. Your teacher said you had a bad day. I was sick because that's his mother. I have to allow you to chastise your child, right? But we all know in black households, there's something that you hold up, brother. You know where too, and he did. And when he went there, this is where we always had the issue. This is why I said I cannot date outside my race because of this behavior. He talked to her, right? Hate to put her business out. She was a stripper, but also always tell her.
How old is he? How old?
At the time, he was 10 or 11, very crucial age, right? He was taller than her. It was a lot of things. I mean, right? It was a lot. Right? Oh, right. Right? So the way he felt about it was a whole nother level, and I had to get her to understand, like, you have to separate this work and your relation from your son because
he didn't even find out.
That's the thing. That was a whole nother thing. There was too many conversations and shit that was going on around him. So that's why when he got around us, when he got around me, a lot of things that he wasn't shaped, he couldn't understand. He couldn't wrap his head around it because once this conversation starts, it's like, okay, hold up, time out. Whoa, we're not doing this. For one, go back to that door, pick up that goddamn book bag, okay? And then we need to adjust. They didn't know how to have dinner at the table. That was new then. That blew his fucking mind out. Hold up. We have to sit and eat. You goddamn right. Everybody been running all goddamn day. You can't tell me you can't give me 30 minutes and you just sitting at the table eating. You never had his mother do that. Right? Now you would think that would be a black thing, right? Look how that turned, because that was a white boy that never sat at the table and had a meal with his family and talked. But we get the stereotype, right? We get black people don't do it. My pops. We don't play that. Get your ass up. I don't give a fuck. You got a friend tonight. Sit your ass at the table. And we got, that meant something. But that took us values and course. A lot of things that he did, the way he spoke to her, the way his mannerisms, I wish you would. And then, like I said, when you get your girlfriend and you get your daughter and somebody tells you like that, I don't want you to have no type of feeling about that. Because look what you're doing to your mama. But then his true feelings came out. Oh, she's such and such, such and such. Okay, and you have right. I would never tell you can't feel the way you feel. So he's telling
her about herself,
and she's not paying attention. Right, and she's not paying attention. So you have to start in the inside out. I can't keep preaching to you. I can't keep talking to you. I have to lead by example. So that's what I started doing. Me and her getting arguments, and I want to go off, but this boy is sitting here watching every fucking thing that's going on. So the way I present myself to you is like, listen, we're not gonna do this right here. We're gonna have, we're gonna wait. We'll talk, but. Because we don't want to ignore this, what we all do as adults. How you feel about what this went on? Because we shouldn't have did it. Well, I'm not going to ignore that it did happen. And that's where these kids start forming these situations in their head. Because we never, white, black, whatever, you still need to turn to your kids and be like, you know what? How that made you feel? Let's talk about this. Because I don't want you to go to school now you bottled up. Your grades that fell down, all this other shit. So it becomes a social thing for us as white and black. But it always go back to the denominator of the shit. You know what I mean? Like, these kids is kids. Period. But the way they've been raised, it is hard. So just getting into that, no, I would not go outside my race. Because how she felt, she had every right to fit the way she felt because that's the way she was brought up.
Yeah, she didn't know nothing.
Exactly. My God bless the dead. My uncle was 24 years old, came in late. My grandmother beat the shit. We were scared as children. That, wait a minute, when we grew up, we still ask
y'all wouldn't start eating. Y'all couldn't start eating.
She be his friend too.
Everybody be there. That, and
you got to be on top.
But you know what? I haven't seen that little boy, but I really want to know, and I hope you probably see this. I want to know if he sit down and have a meal with his family because I know that changed his life because he was so shocked when how serious I was about it. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Everybody at the table. But he was like, we got to do this. We gonna do this every night. Yes. You can do whatever you want all the hours of the, but you can't give us 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I noticed he started communicating with his mama. He started communicating why he's doing the way he's doing these teachers, because we couldn't understand, like, why are you fucking up the teachers, bro? Like, what's wrong?
What they do to
Because he's upset with her. They're the closest thing. I can't beat y'all up.
Oh, yeah, that goes down to the next thing. Well, we know the sweet mama issue.
Yeah.
And that is something.
That's
And it's starting to become a thing that I'm scared of, y'all, that y'all talk about. These, yeah, but women starting to have relationships with their sons and not even realizing, hold on, and not even trying to be like a sex, but it's going to a place that, whoa, y'all going too far. Where mothers be into their sons' lives, and it's like, wait a minute.
Masculine energy.
Yeah,
Even though we know you don't need a man to live and it doesn't define you, but I am not going to let anybody say that it was not supposed to be two people parents in a household. Hey, it's what's supposed to happen. Period.
Both of them gotta be.
I mean, shit, my son, he's 10. I still, listen, my brothers is so important, I get on their ass. Listen, I don't care, I made this responsibility, y'all made responsibility that I have to take care of. I still need you in my son's life.
Exactly.
I cannot teach. This is the thing, being gay and shit. Like, sometimes I feel like sometimes people just not being fucking logical. Like, stop playing. Like, let's be real about shit. You cannot. My grandmother's feel, okay, am I the reason you're gay or whatever? Because wait a minute, you had a husband? I seen a house be built from the ground up because of the love that you gave that man. That man gave you the world. So hold up. Don't ever, that's what I'm saying. Like, people taking
People
it
trying to put it in like
in this box, and it's not.
Like,
You know what I mean? Like, no. I know my son still need a man so he can become a man. I wouldn't do that. And it's people who in my situation, oh, nah. Listen, we ain't doing that.
See,
We're
a lot
not
of
doing that.
women don't know that. A lot of women
They
raise
don't.
their sons
Or
as
they
men.
do, but they so
They hurt.
prideful
Yeah.
that, like, nah,
Right.
you sound crazy.
Yeah.
Nah.
You sound real crazy saying that you don't need him.
That's all over YouTube. Try to see him on YouTube.
I be seeing it too, but
It's
again, now you should.
It's a village. What happened to the village raising the kid? You know what I
supposed to
mean?
be so much more.
Society.
I'm telling you, and then people feed into it because it really don't take much to find somebody to actually latch on to whatever you're talking about. Like, that's the crazy part. It's hard for people to latch on to logic and reasonable and common sense. But
Which is not common these
common
days.
sense is avoiding a lot of people.
Oh,
But
man.
then it's like, how do our kids see that the lack of common sense pushes you further versus someone that stands in integrity and with morals and ethics? It happens, right? And it happens way better. You feel internally way better. But the finance, it doesn't come as quick. The notoriety doesn't come as quick. All of that doesn't come as quick. It just stays forever. They don't see it that way because, again, it's like what we put out here. Like, I hear everybody says, oh, well, it's what the music and what you listen to. Number one, I listen to outside music.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I definitely know that my mother allowed me to listen to outside music that she listened to.
Yeah, that's where it started though.
Right. But even with it, the music definitely changed because the time changed. Because I know from me listening to rap, hip hop, EPMD, I know that's where I started off at. And me hearing that and listening to the times that on where it is, it's like it's totally different. But
Some
then
more wild stuff now.
What?
I be trying to keep it. Yeah, I be trying, but some of them I be like, what?
They ain't even speaking English.
Yeah.
They're a whole new language.
They can speak me, and I have bars every night with me.
You right.
Out here. You know what I'm saying? I might spit something for me.
Right, say that.
That's it.
I'm just gonna make some sounds, and as long as it rhyme and like sound good with a beat, I'm on it. But it's still like I don't know where the accountability is coming from within the community to understand the level of entertainment. Like I can see these people are entertaining me with music because I ain't gonna lie. I can find a song for whatever attitude
I
I'm
mean, I'm gonna be
in.
real with you. I'm saying our generation, we dropped the ball
I can say that
because
too.
we allowed our children. Like my mom and them, they ain't let us be in the room where they was damn smoking and chilling,
Shirley did.
playing spades,
Shirley
and all
did.
that
Shirley
grown
did.
shit.
Unless it was family night.
They didn't want to be our friends. You know what I'm saying? But my
Right.
generation, I know so many that
Yeah.
they like kind of like the relationship you got with your daughter. Like looking from the outside in, you might think that you her like her best friend, but you her mama though. I know you. You're not her friend, and she know that.
Right.
I know people that try to be friends with their kids. No, I ain't never did that with my son.
I never.
You know.
What was it said? What was it said? I'm not your little friend.
Yeah.
But it also comes that I know people do think, oh, when Kira just get away. No, I've allowed Kira to express herself because she shut down. And I had to figure out, how do I get my daughter to open up? And because of that, I had to relax and look at my parenting style. Which that's the only thing that changed. I changed my parenting style and I allowed her more space. Now, I had some other stuff that threw it off, but the basis of who my daughter is, yeah, she know I'm mama. But she also know I'm open. You can talk to me, good, bad, and ugly. I'm here for you. You ain't got no reason to hide nothing from me because I'm find out anyway. And she know that. But you don't have to because at the end of the day, I've proven to her I got your back. So it's not even that. She just know my mama got me. My mama know I get beside myself. I do. I know how to reel a little ass back in. But I also know that she need experiences because my dad always told my mama, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Let her experience. That's what my dad gave me the space. Now, I made some mistakes. But again, the mistakes got me here. And this is just what I was allowed to live my life. At this point, I got to trust my parenting. And I'm trusting it. And when she has a moment of faltering, I'm mama. I got your back. Get your ass on, but I got your back.
Well, I'm definitely one of them. I'm not friends with my children. I am your mother at all times. I hope that I create a space that no matter what, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, you come to the table, we're going to go down burning together if we have to burn.
That's basically it.
So for me, it's all about my kids. If you trying to roll with my kids, then you trying to roll over me. So you have to take us.
So let me ask
home.
you this. I think I know the answer though. So basically, y'all don't even let y'all kids go out with nobody unless y'all know they.
Well, yeah, I was definitely like that with taking them.
Now my kids are grown.
I said my son.
But you know what I mean when they were kids.
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
You don't know
That's
they
how.
know.
That's how.
You don't know they know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
But that goes back on his days.
I did one when Kira was high school. She was out there with the white boys, right? And so they had different money. I ain't had that money. They had different money. They had different access. So my daughter damn sure can't go over their house because they don't give a fuck. I don't care. So she had one house that I knew her mother, like, period. Like I knew that one that I would let her go spend the night. Outside of that, y'all come to my house.
Right.
I need to see y'all anyway. I need to understand who she's around. Because that was one thing I understood. Like, I didn't have that much influence over my daughter. Her peers had more influence than anything. And I just had to break through. And the only way I could break through was bring them around.
That's smart. That's smart.
Somebody probably walked back in here. that was it. Though. But again, the issue is our age group. These mamas, because again, with the work that I do, I see the real. These parents,
they want to be friends.
But then you got to think, grandmas are 38 years old now, guys. Grandmas are 40 years old, guys.
But
and to me, that's not old.
That's part of it too. But we got to look at the condition in the system and society and where we are, right, and how things have actually been taken from us to be able to create this environment of saying that, you don't need a man because, again, if you're good on assistance or if you can't work or get money, you cannot have a male in the household. So therefore, it goes from there. Now, if you do have a male in the household, then you risk not being able to use that. That starts it, not all of it, but it started this whole cultivation of removing the male from the household. So once the male is absent, again, I know I'm an emotional female. I need that balance. We don't have that balance. So therefore, it's like you got one person that's trying to do all these other things. So then the kids and the offspring keeps coming because they're lacking each generation. And then if the grandma is only like, I'm finally done with you. Because I didn't have enough because of all that she experienced. Then instead of us having big grandma that's happy to be there with the kids, we got grandma saying, fuck them kids, I come get them when I'm ready. And because we have that lack of community. Exactly, lack of community, because even still, you're supposed to have, 4 sets of grandparents?
Yeah.
So if one acting, you're supposed to, but then we don't even build with each other. So we don't have community, period, because we don't communicate correctly with each other. So we can't even correctly co-parent and co-grandparent because we got all this infighting that's been done systemically to us. Through the oppression that's been given to us by the white man, and why I won't have a pink pecker in me.
But like I said, what you just said is, we didn't, the people that was born into the projects and everything, I want you to understand something, because what you just said is, there's books, there's studies, this is a serious thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We are the project.
We are.
They put us in a certain place. They just talked about it recently. They had 2 sets of rats. They put rats in a clean environment and put rats on top of each other. And the behavior, this goes back to a behavior thing, people. The reason when they say, oh, I live in a project, no, listen how serious I'm telling you something. We are the project. We are the project. Us killing each other. Us, the reason we can't get united, they did so many years full moderation. We just were talking to GMOs yesterday. We just so many situations that have affected how and why we are the way we are today. I'm telling y'all, it's not we live in the projects. No, we are the project.
Exactly. That's where
we are the project. The way we behave, that's crazy that we have to feel this way. Like, damn, white people, no disrespect. They, if I'm not mistaken, they get rich to pay what? Their kids, so their kids could pay. We get rich to do what? Pay for our parents. No. We pay our parents. The Caribbean people, they always send them back home and take care of the family, right? Boom. White people never have. When did you know a white person that got to make sure that their mom and dad is? No, because they set it up to where their kids, we're going backwards.
But they, let me state this one, because it was the book, and it was the souls of Black folks. And within that, like even with my organizing, I use that level of understanding with how I do today. Because what it was understood was that even with white people, that's why I said I call them Quakers. If you're a white person that I like, you're a Quaker. Okay? But
there's a meaning behind it. Look, it's a meaning behind it.
Very clear, right? But then, because we have to think, like, when they actually came through back in the day, when they let us free, they was trying to figure out what to do. Yes, you had those individuals, those white people that say, yes, this is not right. Let me help you fix it, right? We never got the opportunity as Black people to just do what we needed to do because you had already trained us to do everything we needed to do. So in a way, even those individuals with their best intentions, they did not give us what we needed. Space to be the fuck us, right? Simple. Whatever that looks like, we were supposed to have that space, and if we had that space and time then, we would know how to rebuild, right, what our community was. Because what I have learned, right, which was the critical race theory that they're trying to take out, every time that we had something successful that was actually building,
Central
you
Park,
demolished
all in jazz.
That's why I can understand why you want to take that away, that understanding. Exactly. It's so many of them. It's so many of them.
Charlotte.
No,
that's crazy.
By them gas stations, by that big old Spectrum thing.
Yeah,
that's the whole bank over there.
So just imagine. So if you look at it's a whole much. It's a lot of right that has happened and popped up after they let us free because we had the tools to save ourselves. We did not have the space and the freedom to do that. And so it's again when anybody comes up, not necessarily like being in opposition. Because I don't feel like I'm a opposition. I feel like I'm just a truth teller. Because at the end of the day, if we had a room like we are able to talk just like this, not having to worry about a white person or somebody getting offended, we can sort through that the shit that we be fussing about be dumb as fuck. We ain't got no reason to argue about that if we had space. But when we gather in a space that's just us, others are intimidated because they know that we're the powers that be. They know that we're the kings and queens. They know that we're the creators. No matter what. Yes, they had their position and they did certain things. Everybody is creating because we're a human race. Everybody has their purpose, their place, but you had a specific group of individuals that had a mindset of conquer and have more.
Kings, universities, but like we had a whole, the way they did their economic, the reason that they never fell economically because the way they did it, you could not fail. Everybody's still going to eat properly. You're still going to be on this man. And it wasn't you're the boss, you know,
Mhm.
we're all equal, and we made it happen. And they didn't like that because they wanted all the power.
Mhm.
And that's what we got. And even
That's
if-
But see, that's the thing. In order for them to feel better about themselves or whoever, it's got to be somebody.
Exactly.
That's why you got
That's-
billionaires,
exactly.
millionaires.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Exactly.
It brings back to what you were talking about, the ones of us that got that power.
Mhm.
They've been assimilated.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They can't
assimilated.
nobody so they can stay on top.
Exactly.
But I want to be
And
better
you
than
know-
somebody. I want to like flex, like I was saying, flex.
And you know-
That's why I thought you were going, but that's what we do. We don't want to help each other. We want to look better. We want to.
But-
I can do this. You can't. Yeah,
And
so it's always something like
and
that.
It trickle down to our kids.
It do.
It really did.
It
Yeah.
really
want
did.
the Jordan,
Yeah.
they want the nicest
You don't even know what the hell Jordan are.
Right,
You
right.
never even. Yeah. And then she ain't miss a damn thing.
In the housekeeping, in the hospitality
I've heard that so
industry
many
for
times about him.
22 years. I have come in contact with him more than 50 times. You want to talk about somebody rude, nasty, and disrespectful
That's what I
and do
heard.
not care about his own people?
Yeah, he don't sign no
Whoa,
autographs.
baby.
He
And
sign
he will make
autographs
it
for
clear.
That's sad.
That's
real.
his own people.
That's sad.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
He's made it clear.
Hey, would he acknowledge you though? Because I know some people that
So
work
let me
that work
explain
around
to
him.
you
They
what
say he don't
did.
even.
His
Hey, Mr. Jordan, man, he won't
secretary,
even-
who now is his wife,
Mhm.
said, I need to speak to her. So this was me. Ma'am, I don't need to speak to you. I know what he wants done. He here every week. So why are me and you still communicating about the same thing he want done every week? I said, ma'am, I got it. Go ahead. What do I need to speak to you for? He's the same old prick. Like, you're the same prick every week.
All three going up on the hour thing. Oh, this is a good conversation.
Right.
So we about to cut it off an hour.
Yeah, we try to keep it at an hour. That's what we're trying to keep it. I mean,
So how much time we got?
We got a couple of minutes. We got 2
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
I see.
I mean, it goes quick. Like,
Yeah,
this is a
yeah, that was good.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
But now you see,
So I wrote some questions down. So next time.
we're gonna keep it going. Like I said, we keep it going. This is the conversation that we having. It's the Sundays with well, we're gonna figure out the schedule. But we have a live one. Miko does a live because my live ain't popping like that.
Popping on all. Thank y'all, TikTok,
but hers
Instagram, and
popping.
Facebook. I don't get popping, but thank y'all for
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah, yeah. I'm focusing on trying to just build out the content and all of this good things, and we're gonna just keep building.
So I have a question before we end.
Yes, ma'am.
So my question
Oh, I think
is
so.
actually for you. My question is, are you helping a lot of the young Black men in the community right now?
Absolutely. I'm a part of the NAACP executive board with Minister Kareem Mack, who's our president. I do the youth and college division as well as AXO, which is it's like an Olympic version for the NAACP to get those students involved that are artistically inclined. I am an alumni, soon to be probably board member of Inspire to Fire, which you guys heard of that. It's a nonprofit that gives back to students with the arts, but they're minority students. Dennis Reed is the CEO of that. He was just on America's Got Talent. So yeah.
So with you being in the arts, is that mainly a big part of your background, the arts?
The arts, but mainly I'm one of these type of
You're a Renaissance man.
put the hat on. Like really is like business. Right now that's my biggest thing.
Okay.
Teaching financial literacy to college students as well as minorities. The young man is not my biggest focus. My biggest focus is on whoever needs help, especially for my minority and impoverished population. So I get a lot of calls from a lot of young ladies asking for help too. But the main thing I focus on is like you guys were talking about. I know we ran out of time, but the main thing I focus on is dispelling the narrative of what they think masculinity is. Because masculinity isn't having a big chest. It's the one who comes in calm and understands where they stand and tries to help them. Because when I came in as a substitute teacher, there will be a lot of little weird interactions where the older male figures like, we know this kid got problems. I ain't gonna try to ego them. Like, I know I'm an authority figure over him. There ain't no reason for me to, go to bat with this young man. When he get upset, I'll be like, and we're gonna talk it out. I'm gonna be like, okay, so what you gonna do? Because I don't do nothing but make you look like an idiot. You a grown person. You're supposed to be empowering this young person. So I go into it as in like, this is what masculinity really is. Like, for you to talk crazy to a young lady doesn't show that you're masculine. It shows the bigger feminist side of you. Because at the end of the day, what you're supposed to say is is my apologies. I apologize for offending you,
Mm-hmm.
young lady. And if she still act out, then that shows her later on in life, because y'all not dumb, y'all very intelligent. Y'all smart than us. Y'all mature way quicker. So you'll look back on that situation, which I had that situation when I was in high school, because I was the type one. Sometimes girls would cuss me out just over no reason. It was just
Maybe
one
like-
days.
Maybe like,
And I'd be like, man, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great day.
That's
Listen, you young lady, I apologize that I offended you. I hope everything is all right. After this day, I hope that we can come back and make a resolution. Forget that, I don't want to do that. I said, all right, my apologies. Next thing you know, she come back and be like, I apologize. Or next thing you know, she come back and be like, you never disrespected me. And that gained your respect. And then when I see her later on in life, she always carried that and remembered that. But that same young man that used to want to come and tussle and wrestle with me, and I'm like, forget it. I say, hey, bro, we need to dead this beef. We need to squash this beef. He would come back to me and say, hey, bro, you was right. I was dead wrong for that. You were a real man for that. You know what I'm saying? So I teach them to take the higher road because anybody could pick up a gun. Anybody could throw a fist. But it takes a real genius to use their intellect to not only dispute the negative situation, but to make a positive one out of it. So that's why I mainly do for the community. Teach them how to positively, do things.
So I think the reason why I'm wrapping it up. The reason why I'm asking this is, so I have a nephew, and he's kind of the opposite. Very quiet, very reserved. Have a lot of, I think, built-in anger, but it's quiet. What I'm worried about is when it comes out.
How old is
17.
What
And,
school you go to?
He goes to did he go to? Ooh, I don't want to tell you the wrong school because I want to say his mom switched him.
We
But
can talk about it after the podcast.
yeah, but that's the reason why I've been going there with you, because your energy, it seems as if that's what he needs. And he's also struggling a little bit in school. And I've been telling his mom that he needs a tutor or somebody that's going to be able to help him and move him forward, because it's like he had to stand still. Like, I mean, a complete standstill where he can't budge. So that's why I said, when I met you, your energy, I go off energy. So your energy is like me and his energy. We're both kind of the same person. He's no, your energy always like that.
It was the shirt.
So I guess, that's why I've been asking you certain things, because I know that there are more young men out here like this, but here we go with the closed mouth again. And that's not going to help any of us. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody to help him, because I don't need him falling through the cracks. Because at the end of the day, he's a really good kid. He's not into anything, but the things that he's already dealt with in life, it's pent up. And I'm worried that it's going to explode. And when it do, it's not going to be good for him. It's going to be really, really bad for him. And I know that. And I've already talked to his mom about it, and she knows it too. But see, she feels as though she's just, I'll shoot you. And she will.
But that's not it.
Yeah, I'll shoot you. Yeah, she'll shoot everybody. She don't care. And I don't want him, and I keep telling him, don't be like that, because that's not real. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you really need to be. And he's not really that person. He's really a calm person. But his mom is young.
Does he have brothers and sisters?
He's the only kid.
See, that's another-
Yes, so he don't
So
have
he's
to
getting
do
it all. He's getting everything. He's getting it all by himself.
Yeah, he's the only kid. You know what I'm saying? His dad is a Cree. Like, he's a lot, but he's a Cree. Like, I mean, you're an idiot. And like I said, he needs that person in his life. Like, he's at that point. And I've been worried about him, because I've been even talking to I just been really worried about him lately. And like I said, it's like God is dropping you right now, because I've been asking God, okay, send me somebody, please. I need this. Even I've been asking everybody, hey, do anybody know a person who, especially a young black man, where I feel your energy? Because like I said, I go off of energy. If your energy's not right, I don't want to put him in that situation where the energy just clashed and we're just back at square one. So yeah. That's basically what I'm looking for. Like, yeah, I've been really worried about him. Like, I really wish she would have been here yesterday too at the podcast.
Well, we'll make sure we get his
Well,
information.
just
and
because
talk
I'm
to
going to
us.
refer back so I can have something to edit, close off and end it off. Because Keisha
I'm
is
sorry,
pulling-
I'm sorry,
No,
guys.
no,
I just need
no,
to get that out.
Keisha is pulling
This is
in
beautiful.
the reason why we're creating, and I'm appreciative that we've had this masculine energy. I told you I'm gotta have some energy. You see this?
We appreciate you.
And again, I know DJ has some stuff. I know we have the renowned 2B box office hit director.
Talk about your movie.
Oh yeah, put the movie in there. Yeah.
I'll go quick. So I got a movie on Tubi. It's called Loverboy. If you type it in on Tubi, just type in Loverboy and then put in 2023. Just basically the year that it came to Tubi, and it should pop up. But yeah, I'm about to leave. So yeah, but yeah, if you want to look at something real quick, go on How He Was page on Instagram. We got 2 short films up right now.
I appreciate it. And the hope in the invite is it's looking like we're gonna have a damn podcast night down there every night. We got the youth night on Fridays, we got live recordings on Saturday and Sunday. So again, I'm off building. I'm telling you, I'm off building off of getting these people in. So again, I would invite you guys to come back and call us again. Again, we chill and lay back, we go off our schedule. Once we figure out this is something that we don't have to be on site to actually do. So it's maybe something like, especially, and I say that for me, not for y'all, because travel comes up. It's something that if we get this big room and this is something that the people can latch onto because it's a real conversation, let's just build on it. And then we go from there. DJ, you had some stuff that you wanted
Just real quick, I'll say this. First and foremost, follow me on Instagram, Just Be Me. T-E-A-P-B, Just Be Me. Make beats and stuff like that. Also, I put my first intro book out it's called Looking for Mr. Wrong. It's on Amazon. I'm trying to think where else it is, another platform. But again, Looking for Mr. Wrong. Check that out. I'll be working on part 2 soon. Also, I'm working on a coloring book. So
Nice.
that should be
That's gonna be
yeah.
cool.
I got a couple of good things. And actually, I'll talk about the coloring book real quick because I wanted to come out with a coloring book for us. Yeah, it's for our kids. We're something
You got
positive.
some for adults.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna move to that next, but I gotta drop the first one first. Yeah. They actually do got adult coloring books. I'm working on that too.
And whatever you do with the coloring book, I want it if I can, because I will invest in the coloring crayons that's for us. There's
Okay. And then last but not least, definitely Trio. So the Trio program, EOC, Talent Bridge, and Talent Search. I don't say Bridge, but Talent Search, and the last
Upper Bound.
Upper Bound. So basically, for any of our students out here, adult students, or the kids, basically we're at 7506 East Independence, phone number 704-536-9007. Hey, if you need to refer them, We're here. We're trying to get everybody educated.
So now he's gonna make me have to figure out how to put text on there to show the video so they can see it. Thanks for challenging me.
That's what we do.
Thanks.
That's what
Let me in this
gotta
shit
get
and
better.
give me
We gotta
more
get
work. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. It was fun. It was fun. Thank you.
That's